Hi guys, so welcome to the complete Git and GitHub course, Nothing to Everything. Wow, I am feeling so great. Well, why? I don't know. Well, maybe that's because I'm sharing this course with you guys. So, okay, let me tell you what is this course all about. And for that, let me take you to my next slide. And this course is all about Git and GitHub version control system. It will take you from the beginner to advanced. Well, we will discuss the basic version control system of Git and GitHub, and also we will see the theoretical and practical use of Git, and we will take a look at GitHub, the user management system. Now, what is this all? Well, so what is Git? Git is a version control system. We use it to manage all our repositories, file, and to control all the versions of our project, and to control all the branches maybe. Well, that's what we will discover throughout this course, and that's the secret. Now, what is GitHub? It's an user management system and it's an online repository. So yeah, that's the point. We use Git locally in our desktop or laptop, or for GitHub, we use the GitHub online repository to manage our all data and project. And yeah, we will see these differences later in this video series, but this is the introduction video and I'm pretty much excited. So I hope you are also excited just like me, because this course is really important for you. If you want to save all your data in a online repository, you can think of it like what can I say, Google Drive. Well, you can think of it, but it's not Google Drive, and it's an online free repository to manage all your data and all the stuff. So, and if you think saving data online is very tough things, then no, I am here to solve your problem. And my name is Jit Mukherjee. I'll be your instructor throughout this video series, and we will cover all these topics about Git and GitHub and all other cool stuff about Git and GitHub. So make sure you are letting me know if you are liking my course or not, and you can reach me out throughout the Instagram. The handle is _dmukherjee, and also you can mail me at jitmukherjee009@gmail.com. You can also let me know by reviewing the course in Udemy. And we will discuss all this version control to Git and GitHub, Git Bash, command line, CLI, command line interface, that is, and GUI, and also we will see how we can merge branch, push branch, and all of it. We'll see it. Now you are thinking like, that's too much. So yeah, that's too much. Yeah, I can understand it. So that's why in next video I'll give you a total outline of the complete course. So make sure you are checking that out, and I'll see you there. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you for joining me here. Now in this video I will show you the total outline of this course. So let's start. So in the section 2, this is the first section. I will start learning Git and GitHub. So in this section we will see basics and installation. We'll start from the what and why. That means what is GitHub and why we need this, and also same with what is Git and why we need this. Then we'll move to the difference, and there we'll see the difference between Git and GitHub. We'll see lots of differences there, so yeah, we'll check out it there. Next we'll see how we can install GitHub in our local system. That's the installation process, and that's pretty much simple. So then we'll see how it works, like how Git and GitHub works as a version control system. And then I'll give a little section recap, and I'll keep a section recap for every section. So in section 3, we'll talk about interface like CLI and GUI, command line interface and graphical user interface. So we'll see the differences and we'll talk about it. Then we'll see the commands. What is commands? Some important CMD commands. Then we'll talk about Git Bash. So whenever you will install Git, it will automatically comes with Git. So we will set up this Git Bash and we'll see how we can use it, and we'll also take a look at some important Git commands as well, like git init, git add, git push, all these good commands. Then again the section recap. Next, section 4, and in this section we will start with the local repository. What is Git repo? That means Git local repository. Then we'll see how we can add file to the local repository, I mean to the tagging area. We'll talk about this technical term later in this video series. We'll see how we can commit our files to local repository, and we'll see how we can undo our mistakes. And this thing I actually prefer to tell time travel. So again, this section recap. Then in section 5 we'll talk about the branches, how we can work with Git branches, and this section is totally dedicated for Git branch. So in this section we will see how we can create our branch and how we can delete our branch in our local system. Then we will see how we can merge those branch with the master branch, how we can create new features using new branches. We'll take a look at conflict as well, and what is conflict. So don't get overwhelmed or don't get confused by just seeing all this stuff. We will see all the details about it throughout this course. And then again, a little section recap. Then in next section, section 6, we will see what is GitHub, the online remote repository. There we will see how we can push our project to the remote repository from our local repository. That means how we can push project from Git to GitHub. Then we will see how we can collaborate with other developers to work together. Also, we will see how we can contribute to others' project. That means forking, how we can fork to others' project. We'll explore all these ideas about collaboration and contribution. So then a little section recap. That's my favorite thing, I think, right? In section 7, we will start working with the notification, like how you can set up notification system in GitHub. Then I'll show you how you can work with Git tags, how you can add tags in your local system and how you can push them to the remote system as a release. Then we will talk about the Git rebase. It's kind of a like Git merge, but we will talk about it in detail later. Then we will see what is Git ignore, how you can create .git ignore file to ignore some files that contains your essential or secret values. We will see that, and a section recap also again. In section 8, we will see GitHub to do. If you guys don't know, we have a to do system inside GitHub. So we will explore that. We will see how we can use this GitHub to do to track progress of our ongoing projects. Then we will see how we can explore settings in our project in GitHub. Also, we will see how we can deploy our project to GitHub, and we will see how we can deploy a static website in Netlify by using GitHub. Don't get confused, we will talk about all of it. Then we will explore a little bit of GitHub, like what we have in GitHub to explore. We will see that, don't worry. And the section recap. So this section is kind of a bonus for you, the section 8, and let me know what you think about all this section. So yeah, that's lots of things I am excited to cover, and I hope you are just as excited as I am, and I am hoping to see you inside my course. So if you want to follow along with this journey, make sure you are joining me in the course. Thank you guys, have a great day. Bye. Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to the first episode of Git and GitHub tutorial. And in this episode, we will understand what is GitHub and why we need this. I mean, yeah, I know you are a great developer, you are developing software, websites, maybe a great program to solve problems. So all of a sudden, why you need GitHub? Okay, so let's see that. Okay, it's a repository service, and what's that? Yeah, it's a Google definition kind of a. GitHub helps us to track our changes in file, and it also helps us to time travel. Like if you make any changes and you think like, oh my god, that's what I was actually looking for, then you can just recall that. And also it helps us to collaborate with other and contribute as well. So suppose you are trying to share your data with your office colleagues, so you can use GitHub for that. Maybe I am developing a program and you want to make that program more better, so you want to contribute in my program. For that you can use GitHub. Okay, so that's what. Now why we need this? To collect more movies. Yeah, that's great, but yeah, it's not the actual answer. So let's cut it. The actual answer is to save more memories. Yeah, we want to save more memories so that we can collect more movies and music. How it helps us to save memories? We use GitHub to save our local memories. Now how? Okay, so for that, let me take you to my next slide. So now let me tell you a story. Suppose you are a web developer and your client need a website. So for that, he gave you the order and you have developed a nice, good looking website for him. After the delivery, he's like, no, I need these changes. So for that, you can change that design and you can show it to them again. And again, they're like, no, we don't like it. Change it again. You're like, okay, let's change it again. So I'm just kidding. So yeah, sometimes it's the scenario, you have to understand it. So for that, what you can do, you can do the changes multiple times and show your client the changes multiple times as well. And you have one more option, because this is not a great option. You can save every version locally. Like when you have developed the first version, you can save that version locally. When you are developing the second version, you can save that as well. But yeah, this is not also, because it's gonna consume lots of memory. Like it's not a good option actually. So now the good option will be, you have to buy a server to save all your data. that's costly, right? You can't just buy a new server to save all your data, but it will be helpful. And now here we have GitHub for that. So yeah, it works like a server. It helps you to save all your data and your file and your coding file in a server. And I think that's a great option. What do you say? So that's what GitHub actually does, and that's what GitHub is. So GitHub is a repository where we can track our data and files and our code, and also we can save our data and we can collaborate with other programmers to enhance our project quality, and also we can contribute to others' project. So that's why we need GitHub. Now see, here I am using two terms. One is Git and another one is GitHub. So in next video, we'll see what is the difference between Git and GitHub. So I'll see you there. Welcome to the second episode of Git and GitHub tutorial. And this episode will discuss what is the difference between Git and GitHub. So as you can see, we have four difference. Yeah, you can find out lots of difference if you search through the Google. But here we will discuss the four major difference that you are going to face and you need to know before you can start implementing Git and GitHub. So let's see what is the first difference. So first difference is Git is a local and GitHub is web-based. Okay, so what's that? Okay, here local means we use Git in our local environment, like in our desktop. So we set up Git in our desktop and we use it inside our desktop. And for the GitHub, we use GitHub website, and which is a web-based platform where we can, save our files, code, and also monitor all the data and files. So that's the first difference. We initialize Git in our local environment, and for the GitHub, we use web-based GitHub website. So the second difference is Linux and Microsoft. So Git is maintained by Linux and Microsoft purchased GitHub in 2018. I just wanted to give this information. It's not that much essential here. Just keep that in mind. I mean, that's a general knowledge question, I think. So let's see what's the next difference. Yeah, that's a great difference. Like, it's a major difference we have to understand here. For Git, we use CMD, command prompt, and you can call it Git bash, but it's a different thing. But yeah, it's also a command prompt which is provided by Git, and we will use this Git bash throughout the video series. And for the GitHub, yeah, we have that web-based service which we use to maintain our code and file and project, and to, of course, to contribute and collaborate. User management features is not available, and for GitHub we have a built-in user management. Okay, I think you are like right now you are kind of confused, but don't get confused. It is easy, and once you will start using Git and GitHub, you will understand the difference properly. For the Git, we don't have any user management, like we don't have any interface. For the Git, we use command prompt. Of course, we have a desktop application which have an interface you can use, but any user management features is not available there. But for the GitHub, if you check out the GitHub website, you will see that there is some built-in user management features. But don't get overwhelmed or don't get confused. We are going to use all these features throughout the video series, and I will walk you through everything. Like, we will see how we can initialize Git in our local system. Also, we will explore the web-based service GitHub. Linux and Microsoft part is for general knowledge. I'm gonna skip this. Okay, for the CMD, we will use Git bash, and I will show you how you can use Git bash. I will show you what is the necessary command you have to know before you can start. Don't worry, you will find all of that. I am going to walk you through all of this, and also I will show you how you can use that web-based GitHub system. And for the user management part, I'll tell you that just don't get too much confused. Like, leave it here, but keep that in mind. Once you will start using Git and GitHub, you will understand it properly, and you will be able to understand it just by yourself. You don't need any help or anything. So that's it for this video, guys. And in this video, we just understood what is Git and GitHub, that the differences between Git and GitHub. So in next video, I'll show you how you can install Git in your local system, and also I will show you how you can use it. Don't worry, I'll walk you through everything. So I will see you in next video. Bye. So in this episode, we will see how we can install Git in our local system. But before that, let me tell you what is version control. Okay, so why we use the word version control? Like, what is this? As I told you, Git helps us to monitor all the project files of our project, all the data and the project files of our project. Suppose you are developing an application and you have 3 or 4 versions of that application, but you are trying to make a new version with some new design. And once you are done, you are like, no, I don't like this version, so I want to return to the previous version. And for that, you can use Git. And Git will easily help you to go to the previous version of your code, what you did before, what you developed before. Yeah, Git helps us to monitor all the version of our project, no matter it's application or website, whatever it is. So that's why we call it version control. And it's a distributed version control system because it helps us to collaborate and also contribute to others' projects. So now let me show you how you can install Git in your local system. So to install Git, what you have to do, first search for download Git in Google and just click on this first link. And after that, it will take you to the download page. Now, once you are here, you have 3 options. If your operating system is Mac, you can click here. If your operating system is Linux, you can go with this. And if you are using Windows, just like me, you can click here. So let's just click on the Windows and it will take you to the download page. And as you can see, it has started the downloading. But I already have downloaded this Git in my system, so I'm not going to download it again. So after completing this download, what you have to do, just run the administration file or the installation file and just click on next. It will complete your installation process. And after that, just if you are in Windows, press controller, open the CMD. You can choose whatever command prompt you want to choose, but I am just using CMD here. And here you can type git -- version. Enter. See, it's showing the Git version 2.250.windows.1. So if your command prompt is showing this, then you have successfully installed Git in your local system. But if it is not showing, then you have made some mistakes. So make sure if it's showing properly. Your version can be different. Mine is 2.25, so you can have anything. But just make sure it's showing this version. If it is not showing, then you have made some mistake. So that's how we install Git, and we are done with the installation process. So that's it for this video. In next video, we will see how Git and GitHub work. So for that, stay tuned. Bye. So in this episode, we will see how GitHub works, or you can say how GitHub works behind the hood. So, okay, first let me tell you one thing. As you can see this on screen, repo stand for repository. So throughout the video series, sometimes you will hear me to say the word repo, not the repository. So don't get confused. Repo is a short form of repository. Throughout the video series, if I ever say the word repo instead of repository, just keep that in mind. I am saying repository just by saying repo because it's the short form of repository. So now let's see how GitHub works. So initialize locally or remote server. Okay, so whenever we try to work with GitHub first what we do, we initialize Git locally, or maybe we initialize our project in remote server as well. And what it does, it helps us to track all the project files. Like it can be one or many, like we can have one file or we can have more than one file, multiple file. And to track all that file and manage all the project files and data and the codes, we have repositories, and we also call it repo. To complete all this work, like to initialize project, track project files, and to manage repositories, we have a small file. Whenever you will type the command git init, don't worry, we will see that in later videos, but just keep that in mind. Whenever you will type the command git init, it will create a .git file inside your project. So let me show you the project structure for that. Okay, so .git file. Suppose you have a project and that project contains index.html file and a folder called as others, and it contains style.css and app.js. And once you will type git init in your command prompt, it will automatically generate a .git file in your projects folder. So listen carefully. Inside the folder we have two things. First one is file and second one is folder. And in that folder we have again two files. So first file is index.html, then we have a folder called others, and we have style.css and app.js. these two file inside that others folder, and suppose these all are inside a project folder. So whenever you will navigate to that project folder in your terminal, don't worry, I will show you how you can navigate, but that's later. Just keep that in mind. Whenever you will navigate to that project folder and you will type git init, it will automatically generate a .git file in your project folder. So don't get confused. When I will show you how you can do that, you will find it more easy, and honestly it's really easy. So .git is the file which helps us to do all these works, like to manage our files, code and everything, to manage repositories and branches, all of it. And we will not work with .git file, but it will help us from the behind. So that's it for this video, guys, and we just did see how Git and GitHub work. Stay happy. I'll see you soon. Bye. So finally we are at the end, and now let me give you a little recap that what we did cover throughout this section. So first question was what and why. Yes, this is the big question, you know, like what is GitHub and why we need this, and we pretty much covered it properly. Next was the difference. That's also very important. We did see what is the difference between Git and GitHub. In case if you forget, just let me tell you, we use Git locally in our local computer or desktop, and GitHub is a web-based platform to manage our repositories. So the next thing was installation process. So here we saw how we can install Git in our local system, and I also did show you what is version control. The next thing was working process, like how Git works. Well, you can say how GitHub works as well. Basically, how Git and GitHub work. So in this section, we did cover a lots of theory, but in next section, it will be more fun. We will cover what is command prompt and what is Git bash and what are the necessary commands we need to learn before we can start implementing Git and GitHub in our project. So I'll see you there. Bye. Hi guys, welcome to the new section of complete Git and GitHub tutorial. And in this section, we will see what is command line, but yeah, of course, we will discuss what is CLI and what is Git bash. So in this video we will also see what are the necessary commands we need before we can interact with Git and GitHub. So first, before CLI, let me tell you what is interface, because it's important. Interface is nothing but what we actually see in our computer or any other system. So interface, there are two types of interface. One is GUI, graphical user interface, which is a normal basic computer, you know, like our personal computer or desktop or laptop. What we are seeing, like you know, in home button or the recycle bin, we are clicking on it, or the home computer, my computer, which is pretty much old thing right now. But these are the available features in GUI, which we can see and we can interact by clicking. And another one is CLI, which is command line interface. In case if you don't know, this is the one we actually see in Hollywood movies, like the hacker movies. Those hackers are using this command prompt to interact with computer. Basically, interface is nothing but a user interface, and these are the same thing, interface and user interface. But with GUI, we can actually interact with the graphics, like we can see what we are doing, and with CLI, we use command line to interact with any system or computer. So now let's see what is command prompt. So CMD or console, yeah, that's very important word right now. So basically, CMD is nothing but a command prompt. So we will see what is this. We will actually write it down, like we will use it, and it's a command line interface, and we use it to interact with our system, as I told you. So this is the looks. This is how it kind of looks like, and this is what CMD is pretty much. And there are some necessary commands we need to learn to work with CMD. Those are cd, this is the change directory, mkdir to make directories, and dir to list directories. And yeah, if you are using Linux, then the commands are pretty much similar, but there are some difference, like instead of dir in Linux we use ls to list our files and directories, but in Windows we use dir. Actually use command prompt, and we will see how we can use these commands to interact with our system. So that's what we will see in our next video, and that's it for this video, guys. Good luck. Bye. Well, now in this video, let me show you how you can use CMD. So that's pretty much simple if you are curious about it. But so let me show you two processes here. First one is you can search CMD here, and it will find it for you, and you can just open it like it. But the way I prefer, just press Windows R and type CMD here. Yep, and enter. Well, we are in CMD. So now let me show you some necessary comments like which you need to learn to follow along with me, but don't worry, I'll walk you through right now. So first, cd is nothing but a change directory. So in case if you type cd, it will show you the directory you are in, though we can see it here as well. But in case if you want to go to the user, like if you want to move backward, you can type cd and dot dot, it will take you to backward. Now if you want to again come to the folder git, you can type cd jwt, enter. Now you are in git. So yeah, that's pretty much a simple thing. Let me show you something more important. So first, if you want to move from directory C to E, you can type E dot. Yeah, it will take you to E directory. So as you can see, my Udemy project GitHub section 3, it's in volume E. So what I will do, I'll move to the section 3 and I'll do it by typing cd. And next what I will do, I will first move to the Udemy projects. For that I will type Udemy and you can press tab, and if you type tab, this tab will complete the what for you Udemy projects. So now we want to go to the Git and GitHub folder. For that we will type cd git and we will press tab again to complete it. It will take us to Git and GitHub folder. Then we will go to the section 3 cd. You can just type section 1. Well, we are not in 1. We'll go to the 3. Enter. Yeah, we are in section 3. So now if I type dir, it will show me the available directories which we have, but right now we don't have any directories. That's why we are not seeing any name here. But if I create a directories, now you are like curious how you can do that. So for that you can type mkdir and the directory name whatever, like I'll create a new folder, I think, and enter. Now as you can see, yeah, it just created this folder here. Now if you again type dir, you can see we have this new folder which we actually didn't have when we typed dir here. So these are the basic comments you need to learn if you want to follow along with me, but I think you just learned it and I just told you how you can use them. And in next video we will see what is git bash, because that's what we are going to use throughout the video series. We will use git bash as our primary CLI, command line interface, and also we will see some git comments and some necessary git comments actually, which are pretty much essential to learn git, like git init, git commit, git push. We will see those in next video. And that's it for this video guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so in this video we will see what is git bash. So git bash is nothing but a CLI. It's just like command prompt, but it actually GitHub provides it, and it helps us to communicate with OS, that because that's what CLI does actually. So there is nothing new. It is actually provided by Git. Whenever you will download Git, it will automatically get downloaded as well. So yeah, as I told you, there is nothing new. It helps us to communicate with operating system. It's a command line interface, the CLI, as you guys already know. So now let me show you how you can use git bash and some necessary git commands, and those are actually very essential. So let me just show you process and the comments. So yeah, for that let me take you to my desktop. Just like CMD, you have two options here. You can just search for the git, it will give you git bash here, and here it is. But this is not the way I actually prefer to open it, or neither by using Windows R. See, I want to open git bash in this folder, like I want to navigate to this folder in git bash, and the shortcut way to do that is right click on it and yeah, git bash here. And as you can see, we are already in the project folder, and which is really great. So now just let me show you some features. Those are actually really important to learn Git. Git init is one of them, and it helps us to initialize our project. Well, we'll not enter it right now because we don't want to initialize this folder, or this actually we don't have any project here as well. So we will see how we can use git init to initialize our project. Just keep in mind that we use git init to initialize our project, and it helps us to create that .git file in our project folder, and that's the file which helps us to use Git and manage repo, and that's repository guys. I hope you can remember that. So next there are git commit. Git commit, yeah, we use it to commit, like suppose you want to commit your project, you are done, suppose you have done the project till the header file, you just added a new header file in your project and you want to give commit that thing. So for that, what you actually do, you type git commit -m, and inside the quotation you type I just added header file, and when you enter, it's actually save your data in the repository, and whenever you move back there, you can just read what you had done there. So yeah, it's pretty much helpful if you can think of it like a saving games, like suppose you are playing a games, and so you just complete a level and it automatically gets saved, and that's what it actually does here. So this is what git commit actually exists for. Next, let me tell you one more thing, that is git push. Well, we have one more, another I think. So git push, yeah, so we use git push to push our project to the repository. So suppose you have committed the project and you want to push it to your repository, and for that we use git push. So next we have git add, and we use git add dot to add all the files of the project to our repository. So yeah, for that we use git add, and we just talked about git push, and we also use git status to check out the status of git. As you can see, not a git repository or any of the parent directory .git. So we will not see this comments working right now. First we have to type git init to make it to initialize the folder, but we will not do it here. We will see how we can do that, but we will do those things from the next section, and in next section we will see how we can use these comments to work with git. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Well, so now let me give you a quick recap what you actually just learned throughout this section. So at first we talked about what is the interface, and we talked about the difference between GUI and CLI. And if you can't remember, GUI stands for graphical user interface and CLI stands for command line interface. So next we talked about command prompts and some necessary command prompts like cd, change directory, and how you can move backward, how you can move forward, how you can change directories, and how you can navigate to one folder to another. So we talked about that and we saw how it works, and yeah, it was helpful, I think. So next we talked about git bash and git comments. So in that part I discussed about git bash, what is git bash, and how it works, how you can use it, what are the shortcuts to open git bash. And then I told you about some necessary git comments, and you can say some important git comments like git init, git commit, git push, git add, and I told you about that. So it was a great section, though we actually didn't do practically lots of things, but we actually did see some practical use and of CMD. So from the next section, it will be more about practical. We will see all of the practical uses of this theory, and we will see how we can use with how we can work with CLI, how we can use git bash to type git init. Yeah, that was funny, I know, but yeah, we will see all of this, and I will walk you through everything. So don't get confused or don't get overwhelmed. As I always tell you, don't get confused or don't get overwhelmed. I will walk you through everything and I'll show you every bit of it. So that's it for the section, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck. I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so now in this section we will see how we can use git, and that will be a practical uses. So for that, let me just first tell you how actually git works. Like, I know you already know how actually git works, but there are a few steps you have to keep in mind before you can start. Whenever you want to use git, first thing you have to do that you have to initialize that project, and second thing is you have to add that project, that is known as actually tagging. Then we have to do commit. Like, whenever you are ready, you have initialized your project and you have done some work. Now you want to add that, you want to stack that. So for that you can use add. So first initialize, then add, and when you are done with these two steps, then you have to commit. So suppose you are developing any project and at certain time you want to save the project, and you were like, I have done with the header file, I just added these new features and I want to save this process, and for that you have to commit. So now it's logging and undoing. So yeah, you will do that as well. You will see the commit history, how many commits you have made, and what were those commits. So you can do that by logging. And if somehow you made any mistake and you want to undo the things, you can do that, but you can do that as well. Don't worry, I'll show you how you can do those things, like how you can initialize project, how you can add project, how you can commit, and how you can log and undo things. So yeah, this line is for history, and this is the milestone, you can say, this round shit. And then we have this git init, git add, and git commit. Those are the comments we will be using while we will work with Git. I'm sorry. So now let me show you how you can practically use Git, and for that let me take you to my desktop. So now we are in my desktop, and I have two projects folder here. One is project 1, which is, another one is project 2, which have two files like index.html and style.css. So that means I will show you how you can initialize Git in your empty folder, and how you can initialize Git in your existing project as well. So for that, what I will do, first I am in project 1, and I'll open Git bash here. As you can see, we are already in the project directory, and I will type git init to initialize our project. So as you can see, it's the message that initialized Git repository in this folder, and you can see this .git file. It's a hidden file, that's why it's not showing here. So yeah, it's already initialized our project. So now we will create a file in our project, and for that you will type touch index.html. So as you can see, we already have this file in our project folder. We just created it, and this touch command will not work on your default CMD. So to use this touch command, you have to use git bash, or for Linux it will be working. So now if I show you git status to see what file we have and what we haven't. So as you can see, we have an untracked file because we haven't made any commit yet. That's why we have this file as an untracked file. And this is our default branch master. We call it master branch, and if you want to clear it out, you can just type clear. It will take you to the top again. So as you can see, we are in the master folder, and this is the default branch, and we will talk about branch later in this video series. So now let me show you how you can initialize Git in this project folder, the second folder. For that, what I will do, I'll go one step backward. Now if you type ls, you can see we have two projects here, and if you type cd project 2, enter. Oh sorry, I forgot this. Now as you can see, we are in the second folder. Make sure you are using this quotation, otherwise you are going to get these types up here. Now we are in this project folder, and that's an existing folder. Now I will show you how you can initialize it. Well, I think I already know. If you type it init, it will initialize the folder. And if I take you to my project 2, as you can see, we have .git file here, and the color has changed as well. So we have successfully initialized our project 1 and 2, and in next video we will see how we can stack these projects, like how we can add this project. So that's it for this video. Stay safe. Goodbye. So in this video we will see how we can add our files to a stacking area. So if I show you right now git status git status, and you can see we are in the project 2 folder, and we already have 2 untracked file. And now what I will do, I will add this index file into the stacking area, and for that git add the file name. Make sure it's on the quotation, and if I type git status again, as you can see, changes to be committed in new file index.html. Sometimes we add files mistakenly in stacking area, and if you want to remove that, you can just type git rm, and it's already written here, as you can see. Type in hashed the file name, and this is the file is index.html. Enter. As you can see, it's removed the file, and if I type git status again, and you can see we have 2 untracked file again. So suppose you have 4 or 5 files, or maybe 20 or 30 files, and if you want to add that, and for that you can't just write every file and the name of the file, and that will be a long process. but we have a way here, and that is if you type git add dot, it will add all the file we have in the folder. Now if I type git status, we just added 2 files here in the staging area. We just saw how we can add file in staging area. So in the next video we will see how we can commit this. So till then, stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye. So in this video we will see how we can commit, and for that, as you can see, I'm in my project 2 folder, and the git status right now, okay, let's just see what's the status right now. Yes, they all are in the staging area, but what I will do here, I will go to this index file and I'll change this name, and I will say it's title. Yep. Okay, and I will add a body in h1 tag, and I'll save this. So let me just clear it, and now what I will do, I will say git commit and the message for the commit, but before that hyphen n, and the message will be, okay, let's go to double quote, and we just added title and body. So message needs to be descriptive because you will return here and you will see why, what you actually did here, because it's gonna help you very much. So if you commit it, and you can see master branch, and this is the ID, and it's a root commit, and the commit has been done in the master branch, and just added, this is the message, added a title in the body, and 2 file has changes and 14 insertion. Insertion is this, as you can see, we have 11 line here, and file we have 3 lines. So these are the insertion, and once you will commit it, you can see the color has changed. So next, let's do one more commit. For that, what I will do, I'll first return to my root directory. It's not root directory, it's a git project directory, and I will return to the project 2, sorry, project 1. I can write it properly. Yeah, we are in the master branch again, and this time we are not in the project 2, we are in the project 1. So first what I will do, just remove it. So first what I will do, I'll see the git status here, and we have one untracked file. Okay, let's just clear this screen, and we will create one more file here, which will be style.css, and as you can see, we have this file here, and I'll do some changes. I will say, okay, what can I say, body, yep, and the background color, okay, the background attachment is fixed, that's gonna work for me, I can live with that. I'll save this file, and this is the index.html, and this is the style.css, and if I check the status again, well, we have to untracked file. What first I will do, then git add, and we'll add all the file. For that we'll type dot, and it will add all the file. Again we will see the git status. As you can see, we don't have any untracked file, but we have to commit. This file is right now in the staging area. I'll clear the screen again so that you can see properly. So now git commit the m-m, and the message will be added style added, okay, css file. So you will not make commit for this small changes. So whenever you will create a big features like essential features, whenever you will develop essential features, you will do this kinds of commit. So right now I'll just press enter, and as you can see, oh, it's added, this is the ID, and it added to the master branch, and the 2 file has changed, and 14 insertion again. So this is the index file and the style file, 14 insertion. If you want to, as you can see, we have 11 lines here again, and we have 3 lines here. So if I check the git status, so on the branch master, nothing to commit, working tree clean. Okay, so as you can see, the color has changed here as well. So if you have done some commit and you want to see the history of those commits, like what commits you have done before, and therefore that you can just type, well, I'm doing it not properly, commit log, oh my god, why I'm writing commit, git log, and as you can see, we have a commit here, and the author name Jit Mukherjee, this is my name, my email ID. and the date. This is the one commit we have done. Let's clear the screen and do some more. So okay, what I will do, I think well, this is a header. So now we just added a header, and I'll save this. And if I come, as you can see, the color has changed again. Like the color is now bluish kind of. As I told you, your situation can be different, but you have to understand what it's doing here. So first, let's see the Git status again. And we have modified one file because this is in the modify space right now. And what we will do, we will again add this to this tagging area, and we will see the status. And what we will do now, we'll commit and in, and the message will be added the header section. Again, this is not what you will be committing for. Your situation will be different. I am just demonstrating here. So let's just press enter, and it's added. Now if I try its status, nothing. Let's clear it and type git log, and we have two commits here. You can see the commit ID and the message as well, and the name, date, everything here. But these IDs are like very long ID, and the message is long. So if you have a 40 or 100 or thousands of commits, so what you will do then? So git log one line, and it will organize things for you. Oops, no, git log, that was a terrible mistake. One line, make sure you're not forgetting this hyphen. And as you can see, we have this two logs here. One is added this header section, another one is the added CSS file, and these are the ID, and these are the unique ID for every commit you have done. So that's how we use git commit, guys. And in next video we will see how we can undo some things, suppose our mistakes, and yeah, I'll see you there. Bye. So now the most important part. Now we will see how we can undo our stuffs. Well, but I prefer to say time travel. We can time travel to back. So let's just see our status right now. It's status. So yeah, everything is committed, and let's see our log. And of course we will use the one line. So we have two commits right now. So let's just add two more commits. So first one will be, let's just what can I give it? Let's just give it a paragraph. This is, let's just save it. And what we will do, we will commit it again. Well, you can do that by clicking on the arrow key. If I check the status, one file is modified, we will add it. Yeah, and it's added. Then what we will do, we will git commit, of course same, and the message will be added paragraph, and it's added. I'll clear the screen for you. Now if we will check status again, we have nothing. Then I'll create one more file here, and that will be index.js. And as you can see, we have the file right now, and we will see the status. So right now we have one unstruct file, and we will add this to the staging area. For that we will write git add dot, well, we could say index.js, but it's pretty much something. So then we will do git commit and aim, and also we will say edit JS file committed. And if I see the git status again, well, we have nothing. We will clear the screen again, and we'll see git log one line, and we have four commits here, and we will see how we can undo some stuff. And for that we have three options, and the options are, first one, we can check out, we can revert, and we can reset. Well, so first let's start with checkout. So suppose you want to see this thing, here, added the header section, you want to toggle back there and you want to see how the file was looking back then, and you can type git checkout, and of course, and then you have to copy this and just paste it, enter. So as you can see, then we didn't have that paragraph and we didn't have any JS file, and we had just this thing here. So well, that's how we can switch. Now if I check, show you the git log again, see we have only 2 logs here, and that's how we can check out our previous stuff. Now let me clear this and let me just show you a magic again. Git checkout master, and see we have the things again. So what it's doing, it's just changing the branches, but don't just get confused. I'll talk about the branches later. They just understand that it's changing the branches, and we just saw how it was looking when we didn't commit those stuffs. Now, like if I show you the git logs again, see we have 4 log here, sorry, 4 commits here, but we just saw how it was looking in that stage. Sometimes we want to see what we are doing in past, so git helps us to see that. Next we will see how we can use revert. So let me show you that. Suppose you want to revert to this situation, and how you can do that. Okay, let's see that. Git, oh my god, revert, and I'll copy it, paste it, and enter. Okay, that's a scary screen. Okay, don't get scared, just type shift clone and WQ and it will exit. But as you can see, it removed the paragraph, and we just revert to that section. Now the tricky part is here. If I show you the git log again, just see the interesting things. Yeah, we just got a new commit. Like we had 4, now we have 5 commits, and that's this one. It just revert the added paragraph. It actually didn't delete it, but it removed the commits and added a new one. So yeah, we did that. Now let me show you the scary thing, which is really scary. Whenever you will use this reset one, make sure you are concentrating as much as possible, because it can delete your work. So let's see git, and we want to return to this section where we added this header. We didn't have any okay, let's just let's just return to the first one, CSS file. We didn't have anything then, and let's copy it, and we will say reset. I can write it properly. Yeah, now let's paste it and let's press enter. Oops. So you're like, well, no, we have no changes here. We have that index file, we have that index.js file, we have the style file, we have everything we actually had before. Now if I show you the log, one line, as you can see, we just have this one commit. We don't have other commits. Okay, but if you want to delete all of this, but for that, what you have to do, that was the problem. Yeah, as you can see, we have nothing here. We just have that style.css and we have this index.html file, and we return to the first step, like when we had this only title and the body text and the style.css. And if I clear the screen and if I show you git log, okay, we just have only one thing here right now. So guys, that's funny, I know, and that's kind of a tricky as well. So don't get confused. If you are not getting 100% of it, just don't get confused. If you are getting just 50 or 40% of it, that's enough for now. And the more we will use these comments and the more we will work with it, we will understand it properly. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye. So let me just give you a quick recap. So what we just learned throughout this section. Okay, so first we saw how we can initialize our project in Git. So we use git init for it, and wow, that's kind of a matches, I think, git init for it. Then we just saw how we can add files, and for that we use git add, and I did show you how you can how you can use git add to to add the file to the staging area. Then we saw how we can use git commit to commit our projects file, and also how we can see the commit history with git log and git log hyphen one line. So the most interesting part was the time travel, I think, the undoing stuffs like the checkout, revert, and reset. Well, that was good as well. We saw how we can use checkout to change branches. Well, if you don't get confused with branches, we will talk about it later, but let's just understand, just keep that in mind that we use branches when we use checkout. And we also saw how we can use revert to make a new commit. Also we saw how we can use reset to permanently delete some stuff. So this section was great. I think it was really great. So that's it for this great video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll surely catch you next time. Bye. Hi fellas, how's it going? I hope you're doing great. Welcome to the brand new section, and I don't know why I'm feeling kind of sleepy today. Okay, let's just ignore that, and let's just get into the tutorial. As you guys can see in the screen, I have just designed it, and it was a quick design, so don't judge me for that. And as this is the line, this is the master branch, and just keep these things in mind. You don't have to understand it. I will walk you through this thing, and I will break this shit to you. So this is the branch 1, this is the branch 2, and these are all the branches, and these things are commit. You can commit here and here as well. I don't know why I forgot that. Forgive me for that, and just remember you can commit here and here as well. And this is the this comment. Actually we use git branch and the branch name. You will not do this. I just wanted to keep it in a quote, the branch name thing. So we just git branch and the name of the branch without this quotation. So now let me just break it down for you. Suppose you are developing a website and you have a teammate with you, and you guys both together are doing that, developing that website, and you are developing the header section and your teammate is developing the footer section. Now you are developing simultaneously so that the project gets ended faster. Like just like here, suppose you are doing this one and your friend is doing this one, and this is the master branch, the actual project. And whenever this your header and your teammate's footer is done, you guys can merge it together, can make that the actual project. And the whole idea is here to work with different branches so that you guys can work separately, but you guys can and add those features in your project later on. So that's the idea. You guys can work to lots of team members can work on different features of any software and website, or maybe new features as well of an existing project, and you guys can add on those features later on in your project. So yeah, and you can delete it as well if you make any mistake, and if you think like, no, I don't want this shit, so you can delete it as well. So in next video we will see how we can create branches, and it will be more clear for you. Well, so now it's time for us to create branches, and as you guys can see, we are using the project from the previous section because honestly we don't need any new project right now. We can just work with that. So let's just make some changes first. Okay, now first before that, let's just see the status right now. What is it? Well, so now there it's on the master branch, nothing to commit. So let's just make some changes. Okay, make some freaking changes. Well, so now we'll call it make some changes, and we'll save this, and then we will see the status again. Well, it's modified, and we will do the git add, of course, the way we actually did it before. So it's added to the staging area, then we'll just commit it. In case if you guys forgot, that's how we actually do those things. So what made some changes? Ooh, yep. So now if we check out the git status, nothing to commit. So as you guys can see, we are in the master branch right now. So now we will talk about branches and how we can create branches. And for that, let me just clear the screen for you first. Okay, so let's just create our branches. And for that, what we will call git branches branch. Sorry, the name of the branch, we will call it the new branch. I like the camel kiss stuff. So yeah, let's just press enter. So now how do you know if you have any new branches, or how many branches do you actually have in your projects? Git branch and a, so it will show you how many branches you have. So now you know how to create branches, and now let me show you how you can navigate to this branch from master branch. And for that you will type git and checkout. Yeah, we'll use that checkout thing. We will type this new branch. Now again, if you type git branch and then okay, sorry, hyphen a, as you guys can see, we are in the new branch. So now let me just show you something very interesting. So as we are in the project one, and just let me create a new file here. I'll type touch index.js. So as you can see, we have this file here. So now just check out the status. Okay, first let's clear the screen for you guys and let's check out the status. Well, so we have a new file, so we will add that to the tagging area. Then let's commit it. Git commit m and the message added JS file. Let's close it and press enter. Set it and let's just check out the status again. Well, we have nothing on the branch to commit. As you guys can see, we have three files here. One is index.html, one is index.js, and another one is style.css, and we are in the new branch. So if I navigate to the master branch again, so for that what I will do, git check out master. Now we are in the master branch. Now as you guys can see, we don't have that index file here. So yeah, so now the scenario is sometimes we just make some changes we don't want. So yeah, suppose you have created a branch and you don't need it, you want to delete it. So for that you can delete that branch as well. So let me just show you how you can delete branches in Git. So I just cleared the screen for you. So for that, just first type git and hyphen a. It will show you all the branches, and make sure you are not in the branch you want to delete, you are in the other branch. So right now we want to delete this new branch and we are in the master branch. So to delete the new branch, we will type git and then branch -d and the name of the branch, which is new branch. Now if you press enter, so as you can see, we are getting an error and it's saying that new branch is not fully merged. And if you are sure you want to delete it, run git branch capital D new branch. So the error is actually saying that we haven't merged it with the master branch. So what we have to do, we have to use capital D to delete this new branch. So let's just type it again, git branch capital D, capital D, and the name of the branch. Now if I press enter, deleted branch. So if I show you git branch, all the branch, as you guys can see, we have only one branch here. So I hope you understood it, and we just saw how we can create branches and how we can delete branches. So it's pretty much easy, and in next video we will see how we can merge two branches together, and I'll see you there. Bye. So now let's see how we can merge two branches together, and for that let's just create some branches first. And if I check out the git status here, okay, yeah, git status, and next let's just see how many branches we have right now. Git branch, and we have only one branch right now, so let's just create a few branches. And first I will create git branch and the name of the branch, and that will be branch 1. I can write it properly, and let's check out again. Okay, and next let's get another branch, and let's just use another comment for it, git checkout B for branch and the name of the branch, and that will be branch 2, and it will create a new branch and it will take us to that branch. So yeah, it's another comment, and it just helps us to navigate quickly. So right now we are in the branch 2. So let's just create a file here, touch branch 2.js, and as you guys can see, we have a branch 2.js file here. Now we will navigate to the branch 1, but before that let me show you how many branches we have right now. As you guys can see, we have 3 branches, so we are right now in the branch 2. So let's just navigate to the branch 1, and we will type git checkout branch 1, and we are in the branch 1. Oh, sorry, we forgot to commit that, so let's just move back to the branch 2. Let me make it quick for you, and we will do git add all to add the space tagging area, and we'll say git commit, and we'll say added branch 2, it's committed, and you can see the color has changed. Now if we navigate to the branch 1, check out branch 1. Now we are in the branch 1 and we don't have that file anymore. So don't so make sure you are not making this types of little mistake, but if you are making, make sure you are undoing that mistake as well, because we are using Git here and it helps us to time travel. So that's the main purpose of using Git. So let's just create new file here, and we'll say touch, and we'll call it branch 1.js. Now it's added this file, and let's just add it, git add. So let's just add it and let commit, git commit, and hyphen in, and the message will be added branch 1. Wow, damn original. So yeah, we are in the we just added this branch 1, we just committed this branch 1, and now let's just return to the master branch. And let's see how many branches we have right now. But before that, let me just clear the screen for you, it will be easier for you to watch. And yeah, we have cleared it, and now let's see how many branches we have right now. For that, we'll type branch, git branch, and hyphen a, it will show us all the branches. So now what we will do, we'll merge this branch 1 and branch 2 with the master branch. So for that, we will first navigate to the branch 1 and make sure you're in the master branch. So for that, and to merge this, so first we will merge this branch 1 with master, then we will merge this branch 2 with master. And to add this branch 1, we will type git merge and the name of the branch, and that will be branch 1. Well, as you guys can see, we have this branch 1 file in master branch. So now let's just check out the status. Well, no, we don't have any problem here. So let's just add this branch 2 again, git merge. Well, so don't get scared here, just quit the scare screen, and to quit it, just type a shift clone and WQ. It will get exit, and so actually what it did, it add this with the recursive method, and for this one it added the first and forward method. So just yeah, these are the normal thing. Don't just get confused with these things. Just know that they are using different method to merge files together. So as you guys can see, in the project 1 we have 1 2 3 4 files here, branch 1, branch 2, and the existing file which we had before. So now if we take a look at the branches, so yeah, we also have those files, and we have this new file with all those extra features. Yeah, you can think of it like that. So we just successfully merged our 2 new branches to the master branch, and we saw how we can do that. So now in next video we will see how we can manage conflict and what is conflict. So I'll see you there. Bye. So let me just quickly tell you what is conflict. So suppose you guys are confused right now, what is conflict? Suppose you guys are developing any software, like you are developing a website with your teammates, and your teammate is using master branch to add new features, and okay, so you are like, why you will use master branch, we have other 2 branches. So no, so this is the scenario sometimes, so you have to live with that. So yeah, and now he is using this master branch, and you are using the branch 1 or 2, and you are adding a features, and he's adding a features at the same time. And suppose he just committed it through the master branch, and you committed it to the branch 2. So now if you want to merge your branch 2 with the master branch and you are merging it, you will get a conflict. Okay, so are you getting any hangover or anything? Okay, so sorry, let me just show you. So now let me give you a practical example of conflict. So for that, let's navigate to the branch 2. and we're in the branch 2. So suppose you are using this branch to edit your file, and let's just give it a background color, and let's blue, and we'll save this. Now we'll add it. So then of course we have to comment it as well. We'll use the message added beige color. So it's added this color. Now suppose your friend is using the master branch, so let's just navigate to the master branch. So in the master branch, let's just clear the screen so that you can see properly. And suppose your friend is using this master branch to add a margin. And now let's just add a margin here. We'll keep it auto, and let's save this. So he also wants to add it and comment it, and the message is added margin. Oops, sorry, that was bad. So yeah, forget forget that, and that's a bad thing. So now you want to add your features to the project, and for that you will merge your branch 2, and boom, we have this conflict here. So this is the current change, and this is the incoming change. So you can see we have the conflict here, and as you can see the message auto merging style.css conflict content merge conflict in style.css automatic merge failed, fix conflicts, and then commit the rules result. So yeah, that's the scenario sometimes. So make sure you are avoiding this kinds of conflict. So now what you want to do, you want to just remove this one and this one, because the both features are right now pretty much needed. So we will just delete those conflict messages and we'll save it. And now the Git is kind of confused. It doesn't know what it should do right now. So we have to tell Git what it should do. So first just we'll just add it, and then just what we have to do, git commit. Well, we will not pass any message here, and this scary screen again. So just type wq. Yep. So branch merge 2. So as you can see right now, come here, we don't have any error right now, and it's the master branch, and we have the 2 available features here. So and we fixed our conflict. So that's how we face conflict and we fix our conflict. So make sure you are not facing those conflicts on your project, and if you are facing, you are just using these methods to fix your conflict. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Well, so let me give you a quick recap of this section. We just completed this section about Git branches. So first we saw what is Git branch. So then we saw how we can create new branches, and also how we can use capital D and small d, I mean hyphen small d hyphen capital D, to delete our branches. Then we saw how we can merge our branches. I mean, if you have a master branch and you have created 2 new branches, so how you can merge those 2 branches to your master branch. And also I show you some tricks and some shortcuts here as well. Then we took a quick look at conflict, and I did show you a practical use of conflict. So yeah, so this section was pretty much cool, and I hope you enjoyed it, because it was really great experience for me to make this. Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this section, and let me know if you guys enjoyed it or not, and I'll surely catch you up next time. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.